All right. So welcome. My name is Calvin Roque.
Nice to meet you, Calvin.
Nice meeting you.
Sheldon.
Sheldon, pleasure meeting you, Sheldon. I just want to start this off by saying that you can feel free to say anything you want in here. Know everything you say or speak about will be confidential. It will not be shared with anyone. Unfortunately, if you do mention anything in regards to hurting yourself or hurting a young child or hurting an elderly or just hurting anyone overall, I will have to speak to my supervisor, and it will have to be shared to other people, and from there we'll take proper protocol.
Okay.
But I just want you to understand that since it is our first meeting, and I just want you to feel comfortable enough to share anything and everything you feel like you want to get out of your system, okay?
All right, cool.
Sounds like a plan?
Yeah.
All right, Sheldon. So again, thank you so much for coming and actually being here. So just to start it off, what brings you here? What motivated you to come see me right now?
Well, I had this little problem today with my girlfriend.
Okay.
I had a bit of a problem today with my girlfriend. I guess it stems from just a bigger issue, but let me just give you what happened, what triggered it, okay? So we were speaking about two friends. We were trying to hook up two friends, right?
Okay.
And I was telling her about my friend. I was telling her like, oh, he knows all these cool spots. He could take your friend out, da da da. And she makes the conversation into like, oh, well, you don't take me out anywhere.
Okay.
So, I kind of paused. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, we always go out. I just got and give you some more information. We're long distance.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, in my head, I think every time we meet, we're probably going out doing something. We're probably trying to use the most of the time we can.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But as I said, she feels like she made a comment like, "Oh, where have you taken me to?" And something about the nature of how does it compare to where I've taken you?
Okay.
Something like that. To me, that came across a bit ungrateful.
Okay. Understood.
It came across a bit ungrateful because I think I do a lot for her, and the conversation kind of tailored off into I kind of had to kind of defend my point. I'm like, what do you mean?
Okay.
I'm like, she was here like what? I saw her in February, but I went out there. But when she was out here in like December, January, I took her out like 3 times.
Okay.
So then she tries to make it into, oh no, you don't plan like, I guess extravagant days. Like I don't know. She wants me to like plan an event and take her somewhere and don't tell her anything about it. Like make it like this big kind of spectacle kind of thing.
Okay.
And it's like, I don't think it necessarily has to be that for it to be special, or for you to even consider it as something special.
Correct. Okay.
I think it's just a matter, we're hanging out, we're going out. Sometimes I plan stuff, sometimes we co-plan it together.
Understood.
But the main point is that in that comment that she said, I felt like she was a bit ungrateful, given just the sheer nature of what I do for her already.
Understood. So I just you gave me some information, okay? So I just want to kind of like understand it for myself, see if we're on the same page. So at the moment, you and your girlfriend are having a difficult time, and it all stemmed from you guys trying to hook up your friends, correct?
Yeah, we're trying to hook up our friends.
Yeah, okay. But unfortunately,
let me say, me trying to hook my friend.
Your friend. Okay. Gotcha. So you just trying to play Cupid at the moment.
Yeah, I'm trying to play Cupid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay. So you're trying to play Cupid, but she comes and makes it about you guys, and she's giving you a hard time in regards to you not fulfilling the emotional part, or
it kind of came off like that, because she said something like, oh, I like when things like really romantic and stuff like that. But I'm like, to me, I feel like what we do is already romantic. Going out and being with each other, and of all things, spending money at a restaurant is romantic in my head.
Understood.
So it's like, I feel like she kind of like, as I said, she underplayed the value in what I've done for her already. Okay. And when I challenged her on it, like I said, like, oh, I feel like these things kind of slip under your head. She kind of like, I feel like she's going around like, oh, well, it's not that, it's this. It's not the fact that you don't take me out enough. It's the fact that you don't plan it the way I want you to plan it.
Gotcha.
So
okay. So could you describe what is a typical day with you and her? Like when you I understand you guys are long distance at the moment. So when you guys come together, could you explain to me like or describe to me how things go about. So like, what's have been the best date night or meeting you guys have ever done?
We've had a couple.
Okay.
I mean, we're couples now. We don't get into arguments, but we don't get into arguments like that.
Like that.
And when
Okay.
we do, I believe that the disputes are generally handled in a very healthy way. We don't
Okay.
curse at each other or anything like
Okay,
that.
that's good.
Yeah, and like generally, I just feel like we're usually on good terms. I was out there in February.
Okay.
You're good. Like we were
Mhm.
always on good terms. Like it's never any like arguing, any pit pat, you know. But that comment today it just rubbed me the wrong way. It just totally rubbed me the wrong way.
Understood. And you felt like the conversation should have not gone that way.
Yeah,
right?
in a way. I mean, she could have brought it up, and she could have even been playing.
Okay.
But at the same time, when I challenged her, as I asked her, like, "Yo, what do you mean?" Like, she's like, "Oh, where have you taken me?" I'm like, and I kind of feel like, are you have amnesia? Like,
understood. Okay.
But the bigger issue I want to get at too is that with her, I just feel like my love in general towards her is just undervalued.
Okay.
In general, I just feel like she's not taking to it the way I want her to.
Okay.
Like no matter what I do, she's gonna.
So are you feeling unappreciated?
Yeah, definitely a bit unappreciated.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like she doesn't say, "Oh, I love you every day. I love you." But
understandable.
what do those words really mean
At this moment in time, right?
when your other behaviors are shown differently in some cases?
Understood. Definitely. Okay. So I was wondering, how often does she come visit you, or you go visit her?
So
could you describe? Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah.
Not sure how long you guys been together. So like, you guys been together for over a year?
Yeah, we've been together for about a year. Yeah.
So in a year, how many times you'll say you go see her, and how many times you'll say she'll come see you?
So I usually go. So wait, we met like what? Met like last January, right?
Okay.
I went down last year February.
Okay.
She came up during like last year's spring break.
Okay, so that's like around April, March?
Around April, March,
Okay.
she came up. She stayed the entire summer.
Okay.
Then I stayed with her like towards the end of summer, like another 2 weeks.
Okay. Oh, so you went back with her?
I went back with her, towards the end of summer for like 2 weeks. And as I said, none of these are like filled with like conflict-filled stories or anything.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's like she drops little like side comments and like little things, and it just makes me say, why do you say those things? It's like, do you really think that? Or are you playing? Like I don't really know. I just think through all this, and as I said, I'm saying we usually go kind of flip-flop month to month.
Okay.
It's month to month.
That's understandable.
Compromise. I see her month to month basically. And it's mainly when it's never face to face that these discussions do happen. It's usually through the phone.
Okay.
It's usually through the phone when these type of conversations kind of pop up.
Okay. So, just saying, when you guys do meet up together, you did say that sometimes you do take her out. So you guys are together for like a couple of weeks every time you guys see each other?
It's usually about a week. At most 2 weeks.
Okay.
At most 2 weeks, yeah.
And will you say this is her first long distance relationship for her?
No, I wouldn't say that. No. It is mine.
Yours? Okay.
It is mine, but
That's
it's not hers.
So what do you think about this long distance relationship?
Well, as I said, it's not conflict ridden.
Okay.
I don't argue with her like that. I said we handle disputes pretty healthily. But it's just this sense of like, as I said, I feel like she doesn't appreciate everything I do for her. At the same time, you know, she has her own little struggles out there with school, and I feel like her struggling with school out there, she's stressed a lot. She's very stressed a lot.
She has her own stress. Okay.
She has her own stress to deal with, and it's like, you know, I can't take on all your stress and deal with all your stress. Given we're long distance too, so I don't know what more I can really do. I'm there for her. She has my attention most of the time. When the first people I call in the morning. I mean, yeah, I don't know what would make her say something like that comment she said today.
Okay.
Like, where have I taken her?
Understood. Do you feel like, you did mention that you felt like you was not appreciated.
Yeah.
Do you feel like when she brings up these problematic conversations, do you feel like you just submit and become vulnerable?
No,
Okay.
I don't. And this is a perfect example today. I didn't.
Okay.
Because I wasn't gonna let her. I can't believe she even walked around thinking that. Like, you even walk around thinking that in your head. You know, like, and as I said, when I hit her with I took you out last month, I took you out 3 times when you were here recently, she kind of like, you know, she kind of shut up at the end of the day. But at the same time, still trying to prove a point. Still trying to state her case.
Gotcha.
Trying to state a case that I feel is not even valid.
Okay.
Because it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Doesn't make sense. So what I feel is that there's especially on her behalf, there's some type of like underlying thing there. Something underlying that she's maybe not telling me necessarily. I don't know that she wants me to do more, but it's like, I don't know what more I can do.
I understand. And especially the distance plays a major role in your relationship after that.
Yeah, the distance does play a major role. I feel like she says she misses me a lot. You know, I miss her too. But what can we really do? I'm not gonna just sit there and dwell on it, because all it's gonna do is what, bring me down.
Bring me down. Yep. You're right about that. So, have you guys ever spoken about her past relationships before?
Spoken about past relationships.
Yeah.
I mean, she's told me about a couple. I wouldn't say not in any depth. Maybe not in any depth. That's pretty much about it. I don't really know.
Because I'm just thinking, since she seems to be lashing out at you in regards because of her stress with other things going on, maybe she could be like reflecting her past relationships with you. Maybe, I'm not too sure. Just a thought, so it could go through your head.
Like she's comparing what other boyfriends did for her.
Yeah. For you. So like,
for me?
So like she's comparing what other guys used to do for her with you. You know. So like maybe these guys were a little richer than you or something, and used to take her to like elegant places or whatnot. You know. So she's probably used to like certain standards, maybe. Have you guys spoken about like standards and like
standards? In a way, I could say yeah. So for example, in this whole conversation, she also did say, I asked her a question. I said, so when was the last time you would say I did something special for you, right? And she told me last year. So last spring break, I planned the whole day. As I said, she didn't know anything about it, and I took her out to like a hotel.
Okay.
I planned a big thing. We had a whole night. Went to this nice restaurant in the city, and it was all cool. Now she really loved that night. She even said she liked it. And that was a lot of money. That was a lot of money, right?
I can imagine. Yes.
But it's not like since then, like I haven't done anything for her.
Okay.
I've surprised her with shopping before.
Okay.
Without her even knowing. You know, as I said, I do things for this woman. Like I'm pretty sure I do every time. My thing is, why is it that it seems to just seep into your unconscious, and it's like, there's no retrieval.
Gotcha. Okay. Will you say that the way she's describing what she's expecting from you, is she reflecting that with you? So like when you go, is she taking you to like elegant places? Is she like taking you out every so often? Is she reciprocating the same? Okay.
So I spoke to her about that.
Okay.
And I said, she's taken me to pretty cool places before. She's taken me to this kind of like food festival called Smorgasburg.
Okay.
She's taking me to what's like this music festival in the city. I forgot what it's called. But she's taken me cool places before.
Okay.
But I'm not sitting here weighing where you take me with where I'm not sitting here. I'm more like the thought that counts.
Yes. Okay.
It's more of the thought that counts. We do things for each other's relationship. It's give and take.
Yes.
You know, and I'm not really particularly focused on anything. And then, in my opinion, I mean, yeah, she recommends to go to like Smorgasburg, but it's like, it's a place that she really wants to go. She assumes that I'm like totally interested in it. I am, not to the extent that you are, but it's cool in a sense. Yeah, like, I don't know. I think she just, to me, it sounds like she kind of wants me to like take some more initiative. But that's where I don't agree, because I feel like I am taking initiative.
Okay.
That's where I don't agree.
Okay.
I feel like I am taking initiative with her. As I said, I planned stuff. I planned the last 3 times she came out here, which was in December. I planned that whole entire thing. I came up with the idea, and she may have co-planned it with me, but at the end of the day, I took you out. I thought of you at the end of the day.
It's your initiative.
Yeah, exactly. That was my initiative right there.
Okay.
So for her to even feel that way is just wild to me. I feel like.
So I just want to like better understand what you mean by initiative. Is initiative just thinking of the idea? Is initiative actually fulfilling the idea of making reservations or whatever the case may be, booking flights, booking hotels and stuff like that? What is your definition of initiative? Yes.
My definition of initiative is just literally just thinking about her.
Okay.
Like the thing is, since the problem is more on her part,
okay,
I have to go with her definition of initiative, which I don't think is very clear. I didn't really ask her on it. But in my head, I think she's getting it confused because she wants it to be like, as I said, she wants it to be like, oh, you're planning like this big extravagant event, and you're that's how I feel. And in my head, it's like, what if I don't? What if I don't plan you an event? What if I don't do it when you want me to do it? What then?
Understood. Okay.
Is it? How do you feel then? Maybe there's something I have to ask her.
That might be a good way to start a conversation. You know, finding out. How you guys could find a common ground in understanding what is initiative for both of you guys, you know? But regardless, we're here for you, right? So we want to get you a little bit more either understanding on how to handle the situation or just understanding that maybe you could move on, you know, like just weighing out your options, you know? That's what I want you to better understand. So, I just want to kind of like bring everything together just so we could be on the same page to see where we could go about it in this session, okay? So at the moment, I'm understanding that you and your partner are having difficulties with communication, it seems like.
Yeah.
So like you guys are kind of like in opposite kind of ends at this point in time, and you're kind of confused in regards to like what are her expectations for you, and it seems like she's kind of confused on what are your expectations of her. It seems like you guys really kind of care for each other because you guys have been together for over a year, and you guys have taken the initiative of actually going to go see one another. So are we on the same playing field right now, same page?
Totally.
Okay. You also feel like you do put your part emotionally and physically in order to please her to the extent that you feel is the best that you could do with your strength.
Yeah. What I have,
What you can. Okay, that's perfect. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. I just feel like communication must be there, right? So how do you guys communicate? Do you guys do FaceTime? Do you guys just do a phone? Do you guys...
It is mainly FaceTime. Yeah, it's mainly FaceTime.
Okay.
I mean, shoot, if anything, compared to like other generations, we spoiled.
Oh, you're right.
I say we spoiled.
Okay.
So,
okay. And could you walk me through the process of how you guys got to know each other? Or how you met her, or?
Oh, we met online.
Online. Okay.
So yeah, we met online.
Any specific website by any chance?
What was it? Okay, Cupid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's from New York. She just goes to school in Kentucky.
Okay.
She's from New York.
Understand.
Like so.
So she okay. So does she come like for holidays and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's how it usually works. You know, it's like one holiday a month or something like that.
Okay.
So and her parents live out here. She's just out there for school.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense now. Cool. Okay. So I'm wondering, what are your expectations for us right now? What do you where do you see this going? What are you seeking? Are you seeking like my guidance in like how to deal with your significant other, or how could you improve yourself in order to please her, or are you looking for like just a general field of like bringing a peace of mind to you, just because every time like you've been speaking to her for the past month, it's just like bickering and fighting?
Well, a little bit of all of it. A little bit of all of it.
I mean, that's fine. We could definitely do that.
Like it's just, I I don't like feeling like this about her. You know, I don't want to have to second guess myself with her.
Okay.
Like, you know, I put my foot in the water, you know, and I want to go all in. But it's like stuff like that. Like how I look at it is like, if you're like this now, I can only imagine when something real serious, like more serious is in our way, like how you're gonna perceive it or interpret it. Like it just it may it, you know, I wouldn't call it anxiety, but it just makes me think about the future, like how you really are as a person. Mind you, we've been together for a year, right?
Okay.
I would say most of it we don't really see each other because we're long distance. I kind of have to question myself: how well do I really know her as a person?
Okay.
How well do I really know her? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say
that.
that.
That's definitely understandable, and I understand your concern. We could definitely work on this. We'll just have to find what the other priorities and what do you feel like are the most bothersome. But that don't have to be now. That's just something we could do throughout our time we meet. So I just wondering, what is a typical relationship for you? How would you describe a relationship with long distance or not long distance? What are like the roles or expectations you expect from her and you think the female expect from you?
Okay, so for me, don't fucking cheat on me. Don't fucking cheat on me.
Understood.
That's what that's cutthroat. You know, respect me.
Definitely.
There's so many things. I'm just gonna name out a bunch of stuff.
Go ahead.
Respect, you know, don't cheat on me. Respect me. Respect yourself of all things. You know, and that respect comes with love.
Yes.
You know, love me, love yourself. I mean, I feel like me as a dude, I'm being a bit sexist here, maybe, I don't know. But, you know, as a dude, it's just like, sometimes we don't really require a lot of our women, like, other than, like, cut, clean, you know what I'm saying, and a peace of mind. You know, we don't really expect much. Dudes are usually, you know, gender roles. Dudes are expected to be the breadwinner.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's how our relationship's gonna work out because she's going to school for nursing and she, you know, we've talked about stuff like this. Like we're both planning to put in on certain things, but at this point, she's not really big on her money right now.
Understood.
You know?
She's a college student.
Yeah, she's a college student.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, I've had her expectations of me. Like, I think she requires a lot more emotion from me than I'm giving her. I don't really know how to do it. Like, I don't want to sit here and be like, I don't want to sit here and fake it.
Okay.
Just to please you.
No, understood.
You get me? I don't want to sit here and fake it just to please you. But at the same time, it's like, you can't force it out of me.
No.
You shouldn't force it out of me either. This is why I feel like I show my love through, as I said, doing stuff. I do stuff for people.
Yeah.
That's how I show my love. And if that's how I show my love and it's not being taken, accepted is like, what the heck? So maybe I'm not clear on her expectations of me. I do think that she does require a bit more emotion from me, but I don't know how she exactly wants that.
Okay. And that's perfectly understandable because it's her perspective, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, from what I'm understanding is that what you're looking for in a relationship is loyalty.
Yeah, exactly.
Sense,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. There's a lot of loyalty.
Respect you, and she needs to respect you as well, and understand circumstances, right?
Yeah.
It seems like you guys have spoken about a future together. Because you mentioned her going to nursing, her probably making more money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what you meant by bread, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making it clear. Yeah. Okay. So so what have you guys spoken about for the future? Marriage, kids, careers.
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 Yes, marriage has been brought up, but it's been so like. It hasn't been vaguely discussed. Like, I feel like girls, they just like to talk about wedding plans. Girls just like weddings in general. They just like weddings. But it's like, as I said, it's like the spectacle thing of it, as opposed to, at the core of it, what I think really matters in a relationship is the loyalty. That's what I think matters. Fuck all that. Oh, I love you. That shit is all fake at the end of the day. Where's the loyalty?
Word up.
You know what I'm saying?
Word up.
And it's like, I think I have my loyalty to her. I haven't done anything behind this girl's back.
Understood. And I'm pretty sure you had your chances, huh?
I mean,
we're in New York. I understand.
We're in New York.
That.
You understand?
I understand that.
And you know, I've been faithful and loyal to this girl, and it's like, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying she's not being loyal to me, but maybe because I require so little and she requires a lot more. Yeah, she requires a lot more. It's like loyalty, other things.
So since you guys have spoken about like the future, right? So could you help me understand what's your perspective of marriage? Like, how long you think it takes, like, in order for you like to propose? Have you ever done it before? Do you feel like she's pressuring you to go that way? Like, could you just talk to me a little bit about marriage on your side?
There was a point she was kind of like bringing the idea up, and she's like, I even asked her, I said like, so if I were to propose to you right now, would you accept it? And she said, yeah. And then like a couple hours later or days later, she recanted it, saying she was, in her feelings and whatnot. I mean, for me, marriage, I don't know. At that point, it really just about like maintaining each other. It's about maintaining each other. You're gonna have your little romantic moments and everything in there, but I don't think that's the basis of any relationship. The romantic part is not the basis of any relationship.
You're right.
It plays a big part in the beginning. Yeah, puppy dog eyes and all that other shit. Like, but that's not. It's not what the value is in marriage.
And would you say, on a scale of 1 to 10, right? Let's say 10 is like you believe in it and you feel like you have to do it, or 1 saying that like marriage is not something you look forward to, but I guess you'll do it if the circumstances come. But what would you say you stand at in regards to marriage? Do you say like it's really important in your life, or is it not important in your life?
I believe everything exists for a time.
Okay, understand.
And at this point in my life, marriage is not that important to me because I'm still working on myself.
Understood.
Obviously you can have a relationship and you got to build a relationship.
Correct.
So at this point, marriage is not a priority to me. On a scale of 1 to 10, right now we'd say it's like not totally there. It's in my head, obviously.
Okay.
I'm in a relationship.
Yes.
But I would say it's like I'm like a 5, basically.
Okay, so you're like in the middle.
I'm right in the middle of it, yeah.
And that's perfectly understandable, especially since you mentioned you want to concentrate on yourself and becoming a better you. So just to like, we all on the same page, and like I'm making sure I'm really understanding. So you and your girlfriend having little issues, long distance relationship. You feel like you're seeking loyalty over anything else in regards to like emotions or going out and stuff like that. You want yourself to be loyal to her and her to be loyal to yourself. Marriage is important, but not as important at the moment for you, and you feel like you're then pushing to please her the best you can, but it seems to not be good enough for her at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, and will you say she's an understanding person?
Yes, I actually would say that.
Okay.
I actually would say that. She, to a degree, yes, she is understanding.
Okay.
I mean, I guess me in the situation today, I was the one kind of like, because I was the one who was triggered by it, by what she said, by the remark. I was the one who was being triggered by it. So yeah, I was the one who was triggered by the remark, and I kind of like pushed the conversation to go further because I really want to understand I really want to understand the perspective on it. Like, why do you think like that?
Yeah.
Because I don't think that of you.
Yeah. Okay. I perfectly understand that, and I'm glad you was open enough to share this information. I know it's kind of hard to deal with relationships. So we're definitely gonna work on improving your relationship. Just to summarize one more time, just to make sure we are again on the same page and to see where we can move forward from here. You guys are having some kind of communication problems. Guys are not on the same page regarding certain topics. You feel sort of confused on her way of thinking of certain situations, certain, occurrences or whatever the case may be.
How she views the relationship.
Exactly. View the relationship and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And you are here to improve yourself, to improve the relationship. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, have you guys? I know you guys are not married, but you guys are a couple. Have you guys ever sought any kind of like resource in order to kind of like help improve your relationship? They have like couple therapies and self therapy like this. I see that you took the initiative now of doing that. Do you know if she's doing the same thing? Is she putting her part in trying to improve this relationship? How do you feel about that?
Yes. She is trying to work on certain things.
Okay.
But then again, like, change is hard.
Definitely.
You just can't say the saying Rome wasn't built in a day.
Mm-hmm.
But there's only so much people could deal with. It's at a point like it's like when you're saying like, are you really working on yourself, or are you just saying it just to say it? Just to please me. Yeah.
Understood.
Like, because I'm not there to actually see everything she does.
Yes, no, I totally get it. And I commend you. Long distance relationships are very hard. I've had several other clients deal with the same issue. Mm-hmm. I mean, it seems like you really are passionate about this woman, and you seem like you see yourself with this woman, and you see a future with this woman. And
to a degree.
Yeah. I mean, you're here now, in regarding that. So that's one step closer to improving your relationship. Okay, so I know we're coming to an end at the moment. So I just want to say again, thank you for coming. I will hope you come back next week. Together, I'm gonna do some research myself. If you want to, you could do it yourself as well. I was just hoping maybe you could look into maybe other ways of showing her your love, kind of deal. Maybe instead of like going out for a dinner or something like that, maybe like go for a walk on a beach or something like that. Like just find other ways of pleasing her emotional side, of like what you think will please her. Maybe as well probably find a better way to communicate with her, or even take it down a notch. Just possibly get to know each other a little bit more. Just do that homework. I don't want to call it homework just because you're not in school or nothing like that. But I just want you to come back with like other ideas that you could possibly do with her in order to make her feel that gratitude. Is that making sense?
Yeah. I would say just alternative options.
Yes. Like instead of like. Maybe like instead of your ritual of taking her to a restaurant and taking her like to a movie or something, see what else other options you have in order to like maybe make her feel more happy, more accepted in the relationship. Okay. So I mean, again, thank you. Sorry, I should have mentioned before I was recording. I could delete if needed, but just know everything's confidential and it's for me to remember what we spoke about, and I could just study it and I could see where I could best assist you and prioritize your time here.
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sheldon.
Thank you.
And it was a pleasure meeting you.
Yes, nice for meeting you too, Melvin.
Thank you.